Castro, he's trending on Twitter right now. Fidel Castro. Now, you might be asking, why? Well, it's not because of Chris Matthews talking about Denmark and talking about Central Park and Denmark and the executions, but actually because there is a new instance of manufactured consent and manufactured outrage by the media from the 60 Minutes interview. We're going to take a look at that once again. Bernie Sanders defends his 1980s comments about Fidel Castro in an interview on 60 Minutes. Now, this comment was made in 1980 about Fidel Castro. Let's take a look at what Bernie Sanders had to say. This disgusting thing that Bernie Sanders had to say in the 60 Minutes interview.
Back in the 1980s, Sanders had some positive things to say about the former Soviet Union and the Sandinistas in Nicaragua.
And everybody was totally convinced.
Here he is explaining why the Cuban people didn't rise up and help the U.S. overthrow Cuban leader Fidel Castro.
And he educated the kids, gave them health care, totally transformed the society.
We're very opposed to the authoritarian nature of Cuba. But it's unfair to simply say everything is bad. When Fidel Castro came into office, you know what he did? He had a massive literacy program. Is that a bad thing? Even though Fidel Castro did it?
There's a lot of dissidents imprisoned in Cuba.
That's right, and we condemn that. Unlike Donald Trump, let's be clear, I do not think that Kim Jong-un is a good friend. I don't trade love letters with a murdering dictator. Vladimir Putin, not a great friend of mine.
Back in the 1980s...
Sorry. That's a delayed reaction that I was supposed to have to Bernie Sanders saying that Cuba increased literacy rates after Fidel Castro. I did it again. Shocking information. One of the other test cases of this was last year, and also all the way back in 2016 as well, when they rolled the tape on this footage and talked about how Bernie Sanders had gone to a Sandinista rally where they were saying death to American imperialismo, and Bernie Sanders was in the crowd. And they said, why do you hate America? Why were you there? That didn't stick. Sandinista. Oops. We are the Sandinistas. He went to a Sandinista rally. Anyway, so they tried this before. It didn't work. But, of course, there is more manufactured outrage. Oh, no. Look at that. When Barack Obama lifted the embargo on Cuba, guess what he also had to say about Fidel Castro or Cuba in general?
Cuba has an extraordinary resource, a system of education which values every boy and every girl. Cuba has an extraordinary resource, a system of education which values...
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, shield your virgin ears. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Obama, he keeps doing it. He can't get away with it. I mean, Barack Hussein Obama, right here praising Cuba. Wait a minute, is there more? There can't be more, can there?
And I said this to President Castro in Cuba. I said, look, you've made great progress in educating young people. Every child in Cuba gets a basic education. That's a huge improvement from where it was. Medical care. The life expectancy of Cubans is equivalent to the United States, despite it being a very poor country, because they have access to health care. That's a huge achievement. They should be congratulated. But you drive around Havana and this economy is not working.
We need to impeach Barack Obama. We need to impeach him. That's a traitor to America. He correctly pointed out that Fidel Castro improved the literacy rate in Cuba. God damn it. Thank God Donald Trump is doing everything he can to make sure that embargo is back on. God damn it. The people of Cuba do not deserve cars from 2020. They do not deserve to have tourist destinations taken over by American tourists, rubbing their bellies and having sex with Cuban women. You do not deserve it. Let's see what else this goddamn traitor had to say.
It looks like it did in the 1950s. And so you have to be practical in asking yourself, how can you achieve the goals of equality and inclusion?
He's a communist, folks. Alex Jones was right. He's a communist, folks. He was right. Okay. So, the point is, kind of a dumb take, huh? Looking real dumb right about now, doesn't it? Cassie, Warren is electable. St. Ange says, oh, Jesus. There goes Florida. Guess he doesn't feel he needs it. He is correct that Cuba has high literacy and good medical care. I don't see him as defending Castro. This is him showing that he can dive into nuance instead of simply binary thinking. And I'm not a Bernie supporter. Riot women. Bernie Sanders said President Kennedy made him physically nauseated before President Kennedy took a stance against communism and Castro. Sanders is a caricature of the worst type of leftist nutbag that we should possibly find in 2020. Decades of this, says Riot women. One of the most psychotic accounts on this entire platform. Now, does this hurt Bernie Sanders' chance in the state of Florida? Certainly. As you all know, the state of Florida is occupied by 330 million conservative Cuban voters, which is also happens to be the entire number of the American population. There are 538 votes in Florida alone, which is why it's going to be remarkably difficult for Bernie Sanders to win the Cuban vote by talking about how Fidel Castro empirically increased the literacy rate in Cuba. So, apologies to anyone who thought Bernie Sanders was going to win the state of Florida. Seems like it's a done deal. Wow. Glad we covered that one.